Hey guys. So today, this is the second time I'm actually recording this. I didn't really like how the first one went out. I kind of wanted to just bring some thoughts and concerns that I have with the current state of YouTube and kind of what's going on. As you can see here, YouTube has an issue with adult explicit content, and that is coming in the form of YouTube Shorts. And it is coming in the form of educational content. We'll just put edu for short. So the first one I want to talk about is I want to talk about the shorts issue. So many of you might already know, it's been going on for about, 6 months to a year now. When you're scrolling through YouTube Shorts, almost every single one of the ads lately has been let me actually rewrite that. So every single one of the YouTube Shorts recently, so Shorts ads specifically, has been pornographic. Let's just say what it is. Be that in cam girl advertisement, and or hentai games that aren't even real games. They are literally there to scam you, to get you to download a game, quote unquote, a game that is nothing what the advertisement shows, trying to get money from you and scam you and steal your personal information. This is what's happening in the YouTube short ecosystem. First, I want to talk about the cam girl ones because those ones are the most prevalent. I mean, there's always been, goofy hentai stuff on the internet. It's kind of like cats. There's anime girls and there's cats. Doesn't make it right, but this is the one that I want to talk about the most. We'll kind of touch on the anime ads and the educational stuff, but the main bulk of this, I want to talk about what is going on here. And the reason I want to talk about that is because it is evident that YouTube Shorts and the ads that go on YouTube are no longer being vetted by people. People are not being involved in ads. It's clearly AI. And I think that is extremely obvious. And the fact that, for example, one of my Schedule 1 shorts that I put out, I said bitch right off the bat in it, right? YouTube's algorithm said, nah, we're not pushing that. And granted, my shorts usually get like anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000 views, right? A few of them have 10,000 views, but most of them are around 1,000 views, which is fine. I'm not a big YouTuber, and I'm not claiming to be some amazing guy who has all the answers. But like, that one didn't get any views simply because there was cursing in it that I didn't censor. But what's crazy is if you go through YouTube Shorts for any amount of time, I guarantee you all of you have seen this. And you know the ones I'm talking about. It's it's where the girl is on the camera and like it's cropped where you can't quite see everything, but you can kind of see what's going on. And if you're a person, you know what's happening. You know it's just basically cam girls and porn. But because of YouTube, and I guarantee you that their AI is not very good at picking up that, they're like, oh, it's just somebody stretching. Yeah, they're stretching all right. They're stretching something, but it's not quite what you think, YouTube. But that really speaks to the issue that's going on here is why are content creators being punished and having, videos taken down for sexual content or, really anything. But then YouTube will turn around and allow and just take the money of somebody who is promoting porn. If you look at the demographics, especially, you can just look at my own analytics. I'm not going to pull them up here, but, for example, my own analytics, most people who watch long form content, right, they are adults. So, long form adults is usually your main demographic. And then from what I've seen, Shorts is kind of where all the people who are 18 and under go. And that is worrisome, because didn't we have this whole thing years and years ago about the Spider-Man, Elsa, predatory behavior on kids with this weird content? So if these ads are so prevalent, that's the main demographic of who's getting this. And I think that's the main issue here that nobody is really bringing up and talking about. But YouTube Kids. Not everybody is on YouTube Kids, man. You can't expect every parent to be involved. I mean, there's really shitty parents out there. Should they be? Absolutely. Should there be things in place that, maybe prevent that? Yes. But they don't have that. And, a lot of kids... And, and here's the thing is, like I said, I'm not talking just about little kids. When you hit, 16, 15, 17, in that age range, you're probably not on YouTube Kids anymore. But you're still an underage person basically being forced to see porn on YouTube. Because it's in an ad. Like you'll be scrolling through on a YouTube short, and then it's just some woman finger blasting herself into the stratosphere, or a hentai game that's like, oh yeah, look at all this skin, look at all this. Oh, you can do this to the character. Like, what is happening right now at YouTube to where that's a lot? Like, you're punishing creators for maybe an inside joke or maybe saying something slightly out of pocket, but that their community is okay with because, well, that's an inside joke of the community. But if they curse or anything, or any of that stuff, you're gonna you're gonna demonetize them, or you're gonna not push the video, or you're gonna take it down and give them a strike maybe because of maybe breaking a rule. But again, because no one's checking these ads clearly, because they've been running rampant for months. They have been. These are just being fed to people. Like, nobody wants to see that, right? Like, I don't, and it's not personalized ads. It's everywhere. I have a few examples as well. I'll show later on in the video. But these are like, I mean, the only reason it's not porn is because they're cropping it out of the woman being naked. Like, that's how bad some of these are. And no one at YouTube seems to care, and yet all we're doing is punishing people for making jokes, or even if it's not, sometimes it's not even a joke. Sometimes their videos get hit, and then it's like, hey, there's nothing in here, YouTube, help. And then they're just like, nope, we reviewed it, you're wrong. And it's like, okay, but can I have an actual person look at it? Nope, not happening. And what kind of precedent does that set for people? It's just like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna allow all this adult explicit content on your website, but God forbid I say shit or bitch, like, or fuck. Really? Like, I guarantee you, me saying those three things right there will make this video tank, and I hope it doesn't, because this is a real issue that needs to be talked about and addressed, because it's just disgusting. It's you are exposing minors to this sort of stuff. You're exposing people who just don't want to see it. Maybe that's just against their morals. Maybe that's against their personal values. Like, you are driving people away from your platform because you are saying, no, this isn't okay, but then allowing an advertiser to do it. And because you're too lazy to actually check it, and because your AI is horrible, and they put a little heart emoji over it, or they cropped the screen just right. That's not an excuse. Not an excuse at all. Like, how is that at all okay to do? I mean, I know I'm kind of talking in circles about this, but I'm dumbfounded about this, because it's gross, and it's clear abuse on YouTube's part towards the actual creators, who are, people like me, who are small channels trying to rise up and, make something of themselves, trying to build a community. And yet, if we say one curse word, like, you just, no, we're not helping you. You just get to left in the wind. No help. You're useless, awful, horrible, you cursed, oh no. But then those same people do this and allow it because they're paying them money. Oh yeah, we'll promote porn for money. That's exactly what the precedent's being set right now. Promote it. For money. And I don't get it. Like, I really don't. I mean, I'm sure you've seen these. Like I said, I'm sure you've seen these before. They run rampant. I mean, it's literally like every 3 or 4 reels. Like, I don't think I've seen an ad that wasn't for a scam game or porn. I don't think I've seen one in probably a year. It's either a scam hentai game or it's just a girl webcam porn site. And like, I don't see how no one's talking about this. Like, it's every other YouTube short. And if you haven't seen them, I'm sure just because it gets talked about, you might end up starting to see it. I don't know. But what I do know is, like, at what point are we as creators going to stand up and address this issue? Because the longer we sit back idly and not do anything about this and bring it to light and talk about it and bring it to attention, the worse, the more down they're going to put us as small creators. And it's going to make people not want to be a part of YouTube anymore. And that's really sad, because YouTube's always been this place that if you want to put in effort and try to build a community, you can do it. You may not be Markiplier, you may not be PewDiePie, you may not be Kai Cenat, you may not be iShowSpeed, Moist Critical. You're probably never going to be any of those people, but you can still do something and be creative and attempt to make a living on YouTube because you put in the effort. It is literally you work your ass off and you will be able to get anywhere you want kind of system. But it's going away from that, because now you just get punished for anything, but we allow something that's explicitly put in the terms of service on your advertisements. So you don't even get a choice, right? Because you'll click on a video and it shows up before the video, or you were scrolling through shorts and you just get it. So you have no control over this as a consumer. It's scary, like, especially when you see channels get a strike or they get demonetized, and then you see like big YouTubers even reach out to YouTube on Twitter or social media, and they give the most cookie cutter AI based response, and nobody's watching the videos to like help them out. No one's helping them. These people are trying to make their livelihood on here, and you're ruining it while at the same time breaking the very rules that you set in stone. Okay, so the second one I want to briefly touch on is the educational content. It's a lot of, it's not as bad as the shorts. I don't know why I kind of wrote a K there, whatever. It's not as bad as the shorts, but if you remember last year, we had that dude who nared his asshole on camera, showed the whole world it, and then had another video where he's like, oh, can I tell the difference between like a dildo and my boyfriend? It's like, really? Because he just slapped the education button on it. He just slapped this button. Suddenly, this is okay? No, it's not. It's and like I said, they've kind of fixed it a little bit, but we're now at the point where educational content is just exposing yourself so you don't catch a charge. So yeah, it's just exposing yourself and not catching a charge, because if you did that out in public, you would be arrested for indecent exposure, and you'd probably be put on a list, right? Like, anybody who did any of that stuff in that video, like, let's be serious for a second. Anybody who did any of that, if you did any of that video out in public and claimed, oh, I'm just educating people who are walking by on the street. No, you're not. You're exposing yourself because you're a predator. Like, you don't think people aren't, like, he knew that was going to explode. And then he knew that people would see it, because he's a sick freak who likes to expose himself, just like the other people who are abusing this system. Because if you actually go look like for educational content, it's usually made by doctors, and it's usually professional films that are strictly educational. There is no like attempt at arousal, no attempts to arouse. Okay, because this is a serious topic, we're going to talk like adults about it. So normal educational content does not attempt to arouse you or do anything weird. If you're taking it from educational content like that, you're weird and you need to stop and you need to seek some help. But it's not that. No one needs to be educated and shown some dude's asshole and him wiping Nair all over it to remove hair. No one needs to see if some gay guy, and this is nothing against bad, like nothing bad against like anybody or anything like that, but the guy is gay, and no one needs to see a gay guy having his boyfriend penetrate him with different objects and himself to see if he can tell the difference. That's not fucking educational, and I don't care who you are. All right, this is a very off the cuff, by the way. I do not have a script. I'm just upset at the current state of YouTube and the fact that YouTubers get punished for nothing, while this is okay, and I don't understand how it's okay, and I don't understand why it's okay. I don't get it. It does nothing but hurt the environment of YouTube. All it does is make people not want to be a part of your system. It makes people believe that you don't care about your system or the well-being of its users because you're not doing these things and you're not taking the steps to fix it. You're allowing YouTube Shorts to promote porn, and you're allowing educational content to arouse people. This part's getting left out. It needs to be educational. If a doctor is making a documentary about female anatomy and, explaining like, for example, these are the signs for, let's take a look at, the female reproductive system and then go into what kind of cancers and things can develop and how you can look for that kind of symptom and how you can treat that kind of thing, whatever it is, right? That's educational. Yes, it might be quote unquote graphic, but they are not trying to do anything weird. They are educating people. It is usually like used for classroom settings, for people who are trying to become doctors, and they are trying to understand the human body so that way they can help people. That is not what's happening with these things. Short ads, let me just write ads there so that people know. So short ads are promoting not even educational stuff. It's just straight up webcam girls in porn games. And the educational content has just turned into, let me find any excuse to just put porn on YouTube because I'm exposing myself to people and I want to be a sexual predator without any of the repercussions. Because if you did any of that I mentioned that guy did out in public, you would catch a charge immediately and be put on a list. But because it's on YouTube though, it's suddenly okay, right? It's suddenly okay. Whoa. It's suddenly okay. And it's not. It's not okay. So I want to now, if you haven't seen these things, graphic warning, there's nothing uncensored. It shouldn't be banned by YouTube because YouTube's promoting these ads themselves. So if I'm just showing an ad that I would see already on YouTube and this gets anything, there's your proof. There's your proof right there that YouTube does not care about its creators and all it does is care about money, and it doesn't matter where that money comes from or how they get it. So give me 1 second, we'll jump over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Look at this. Perfect example right here. This is YouTube, clearly. Home, shorts, subscriptions, you. Look at this. And how is it allowed? You're really gonna tell me that this is allowed? Here, we'll turn that audio off, but you're really gonna tell me that this is okay? And this is appropriate content for an advertisement? What is Roval, right? I don't even know what that app is, but like this is deplorable, gross behavior. Like, look at this, right there. That woman is clearly naked. That one, here, perfect example, right there. Look at that. Why is this allowed? Because there's an emoji there? You're telling me that you don't know what she's doing right there? You're telling me that nobody can put 2 and 2 together? And even if these, like, this looks like an AI generated person, right? But look at this. This is just a short. This isn't even. Oh wait, yeah, no, that's just like yeah, another ad. It's like, at what point does it become unacceptable? Like how is any of this okay on YouTube? Like, look, what? I don't even know if I can show this. That's absurd. But that's what I'm saying. These are on YouTube. These are all clearly YouTube. Like, you can see it. I'm not just making this up. I mean, even if you scroll through for 5 seconds, I'm sure you guys have seen these exact ads. And it's like, I don't understand. YouTube punishes its creators for doing nothing, and then literally allows this kind of behavior on its website all the time. And they get paid for it. They get paid for it. I don't, like, they're getting paid for this. Let's see what this is. Can I even show this? Like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? I think that this speaks for itself. I'm getting off of this now. Like, that's gross. That's gross to me. Like, dude, there's kids that see that. There's young adults who see that, or there's people who maybe just don't. That doesn't align with their morals and their beliefs, and you're pushing that to them through your advertisements. That's a gross abuse of power and money that I hope gets fixed. I know I'm not a large YouTuber. I know this video was very off the cuff. Like I said, I had no script, but it was just something I felt passionate about. It was something that I wanted to bring attention to, because I hope, you know, in the small chance this does get to somebody, or maybe a bigger YouTuber with a bigger and, you know, more robust audience can pick this up and see it, and kind of help expose what's going on, because it is just not okay to do. And it's not even if that's okay, all of it's got to be okay. No, there still should be rules for content creators, but you can't sit here and punish content creators for cursing when you are actively pushing porn through your advertisements, and people don't even have it. And the main issue is people can't even consent to seeing that. You are forcing people to see people expose themselves. That's illegal. You can't do that. Like, and just because it's cropped doesn't mean people don't know what's going on. Like, you know what's happening, and people are uncomfortable by it. I've reported every single one I've found, and yet it's still here, you know, 6 months later. I know I'm just one person, but it's gross, and I don't like it. That's really all I have to say about it. I hope you guys take this serious. If you guys don't mind, try to share this around. Try to, you know, help educate people about what's going on YouTube and in the advertisement space, just so that way we can bring attention to this and hopefully get it fixed, because I don't believe that anybody necessarily needs to experience that kind of thing unless they are consenting and looking for it. If you're a consenting adult and that's what you want to do, that's fine. I can't tell you no. But if you're a kid or someone under the age of 18, you're just scrolling YouTube shorts and that's thrown at you, that's disgusting behavior, and that's just deplorable. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, and I would like to see it changed. So that's been everything that I have to kind of bring to light. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I apologize. It's not a very detailed, scripted, you know, amazing video. But it's like I said, it's something that I'm passionate about and want brought to light and want some justice for. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Make sure you stay peachy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.